Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, we're celebrating Mexican Independence Day. That's right, you're watching this on September 16th, which is, well, you know, Mexican Independence Day. We just finished celebrating freedom, liberty out here last night, and we were celebrating it out here, in fact, in exactly where I'm at. This is why we're starting today's show here, and we're going to be talking about, you know, why I love living out here so much, the freedom, the liberty. I'll tell you a little bit about my story and so on and so forth as we take a tour, a walking tour of El Centro here. You know, we're right here and literally in the middle of the city. So as you guys can see there, that building right there is, again, the presidential palace. That's where, you know, all the party starts. We're gonna go there in a second, show you. But see, again, we got the big monster Mexican flag out there. It's not waving at the moment because it's very hot. It's not windy at all. But with that being said, hey, it's okay. You know, we're in mid-September. Things are starting to cool off now. They're not 110 degrees anymore. It's more like 90 something. All right, so it's not as hot as it normally would be. All right, so let's just do what we normally do here. Let's turn the camera around and let me show you where we're at. All right, so again, this is La Catedral, all right, the cathedral here in Merida. For some of you guys that know it, some of you guys that don't know it, I know a lot of you guys always want me to go inside and visit it, but unfortunately it's always closed half the time, and usually when it opens is on Sunday, and I'm busy watching football or what have you, so my apologies for that. So all right, let's just take a walk here and let me give you a bird's eye view of the presidential palace here. So every single September 15th Eve, so again, September 15th at midnight, basically the governor of each state goes up on you know, up there on that ledge and basically does el grito.
Mexicanas, mexicanos, ¡viva la independencia! ¡Viva! ¡Viva Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla! ¡Viva! ¡Viva la libertad! ¡Viva! ¡Viva México! ¡Viva! ¡Viva México!
By the way, they really decked out. Here, let me, it's really big. Let me see if I can give you a better view here. But anyways, they really decked it out this year. Usually it's always decked out. You know, the whole area is always nice and full of Mexican flags and Mexican decor as we celebrate Mexican Independence Day. But they really outdid themselves this time around. Seems like they've added a bunch of, you know, pictures of famous Mexicans and so on and so forth. So look at that, that's awesome. Beautiful sight. So again, we're gonna go on ahead and walk around, and as we walk around, well, you know, I'll probably go inside the buildings here so I can show you guys a little bit more as to what it looks like. All right, so let's just go right into the presidential palace to see how far we can go in there. It's open to the public, it usually always is. Again, we got the vendors out here as usual. You got the police right there, you know, the guards. So let's just go in there, check it out. Hola, buenos días. All right, sometimes they're friendly, sometimes they're not. It is what it is. You know, you got tourist information in here. But again, this is all open to the public. Anyone can come in here and visit, no problems. And I've shown you many times before, a lot of times, you know, what this looks like. Look at that. Very nice. getting ready to really celebrate in style. So basically, yeah, the governor and, you know, all the important political people, you know, they hang out up there partying while everybody else is partying, you know, whether they're partying in the center or they're partying at home or what have you. Look at that. Very, very nice. So again, when you're come out here visiting, you know, you can come and check it out yourself. You can climb those stairs. You can check out the rest of the building. This is, at the end of the day, it's City Hall. So it's an official government building, but it is open to the public. It's very touristy. Again, we're right in the center of the city. So let's continue with our walk, because we have a lot you know, to show today. We have a lot to walk today. So again, so you're watching this on the 16th. So you're watching this here on the 16th, and the 16th is the day after the party really, you know, took off. So really everybody celebrates on the 15th, and this year the 15th is on a Monday, and you know, it's like a regular day, but by the time everybody clocks out, you know, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, give or take, that's when the party starts, and the party continues on all throughout the night. So here, let's check this out here so you can see the exchange rate at the moment when I'm filming this. Again, this is September 15th, 16th of 2025, for a little context. So again, all this has been, you know, gentrified throughout the years. I've been here 7.5 years, give or take, and I remember how this place looked like, and all these other places looked like here around the Centro, and it was definitely not as nice as it looks like right now. Look at this. I guess this is like an old, you know, what the city used to look like back in the day. But yeah, all this here is just full of gift shops. You know, you can go and take your picture there if you want, and so on and so forth. And there's just a bunch of like little gift shops all over the place here. You got a little art gallery in there. You got security right there, and so on and so forth. All right, so let's continue with our walk, you know, around the Centro here. You guys have seen me walk through the park, so you know, we'll do that in a second, but let's just walk around here, you know, so you can see what's around the park itself. You know, you can see what's inside, you know, all these places. Hola, buenos días. Everyone very nice, very friendly. Obviously they're catering to tourists out here. Hola, gracias. Gracias. And again, you guys have seen me walk down this path, you know, right here that I'm walking a gazillion times. You know, literally the first few nights that I was here over 7 years ago, I walked down here, and it looked just the same. Many places have not changed. Again, you know, we got this ice cream shop here. It's been here since 1907, so over 100 years. The ice cream shop that's in Paseo Montejo by the same people, the Helados Colón, you know, that's where me and Christian first met, when we first had a first date. Amazing ice cream. Hola. So again, very nice, very friendly out here. Extra nice, extra friendly. I think it's just because of the mood in the air right now, as everyone's getting ready to celebrate, and so on and so forth. We have a little gift shop here. I remember actually coming here not too long ago, you know, with family, you know, as we're buying all kinds of gifts and all kinds of stuff out here, you know, getting ready, getting gifts ready to send home and stuff like that. So, you know, one of the many gift shops out here in the Centro. And again, you guys have seen me walk, you know, multiple times, you know, throughout all these streets. Some of you guys have, some of you guys haven't. Either way. All right, so we're gonna go on ahead and continue our tour here. We're gonna walk over to the other side of the street. Very nice day out. It's hot, but it's not as hot as it is sometimes out here. It gets really bad. It's actually pretty good out here. So we got the Centro Cultural. You got all kinds of workers and everybody, you know, setting up and cleaning up and all that stuff. I don't know if it's for free. I think you got to pay to get in here. It might be like a museum. Hola, ¿esto es un museo? Oh, okay. ¿Puedo pasar o hay que pagar? No. ¿Nada más que firman? Okay. ¿Aquí? Okay. Bueno, muchas gracias, muy amable. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, this is like a little cultural center. This, I don't think was around here before. This looks very new to me. But again, you know, she was just saying that, you know, upstairs, you know, there's more to look at, more to see. I'm just gonna give you a quick little walking tour through here. Very nice, very chill. So, you know, all these are the new additions, you know, as the city keeps getting gentrified, as they keep, you know, beautifying the city, as they keep, you know, making everything nicer and nicer, you know, for visitors, for tourists, for locals, for everybody. Very nice. See, this is like a jazz festival coming up, all kinds of cool stuff. But yeah, you know, apparently you can go upstairs and there's like a bunch of other stuff to see. I'm not gonna bore you with all that. I just wanted to give you a quick little look-see as to what we have in there, in here. All right. Very nice. You got a bunch of art pieces, artwork, what have you. So, you know, just going back to what I was saying earlier, you know, I got here over 7 years ago, and things have changed dramatically throughout the years. You know, there's been a lot of, muchas gracias. There's been a lot of improvement, a lot of fixing up of everything. Again, you see, we just, so we started the show all the way over there at the Governor's Palace. Very nice. Let's keep walking through here. So again, this is a very famous, you know, bookstore. Librerías Dante, I think. And it seems like, you know, there's always stuff going on out here in Centro. You know, there's always all kinds of, you know, festivals or events or whatever it is. So it's a good spot. You know, that's, yeah, I can't go in there at the moment. But anyways, this is where the bookstore is. Very nice. And again, you know, artisanal center, you know, more artisanal stuff in here. So this is like slash government building slash, you know, people show up here to sell their stuff. Here in this center right here, oh look, again, this is all part of the cultural center. I remember this being around when I first, oh look at that, very nice. Hola. Oh, it's nice and air conditioned in there, very nice. But anyways, I remember, you know, since I got here day one, this whole area here used to always be filled with people. Again, right now it's probably not filled with people because again of the festivities that are, you know, right around the corner. But you know, this is like, for example, when you're gonna come and pay. So when you're gonna come out here and pay your property taxes, you know, a lot of the locals, you know, they'll come out here in this area, they'll pay their property taxes, they'll set up here to do medical services, you know, they do all kinds of stuff. But again, there's all government building there, as you guys can see there, you know, all the government building stuff. And I think we can go in there because that was the other exit entrance. All right, very nice up in here. Very nice, very nice. Hola, buenas tardes. Oh, sí, no, yeah, no pasa, no te preocupes. Yeah, they keep wanting me to sign in every time no need to sign in. But anyways, but yeah, look, I just wanted to just go inside all these little places so you guys can see, you know, all the, you know, cool changes. I guess that's, you know, other museum stuff or other stuff you guys can see. But again, I don't want to show you everything because I know a lot of you guys, you know, do want to come visit. I don't want to spoil it for you, but these are all places you can go in. See, again, right there, it's a place to pay for something. Oh, you have to pay for your garbage pickup. So, again, we're going to keep walking this way. But real quick, you know, I wanted to show you here. Look at that. We're right at the Merida letters. Let me come and show you that real quick. I know a lot of you guys will, you know, come out here and get your picture taken and all that good stuff. But anyway, so the celebration here, that's why another reason I love it so much is because the celebration here basically starts on the 15th and doesn't end until the beginning of the 17th, because everyone's basically, you know, drinking their hearts away, celebrating really hard. They love to party out here. They love to celebrate out here in Mexico. Look at that. What a shot, huh? What a beautiful shot. Look at that. We got the letters, we got the cathedral, we got the giant flag. I wish there was a little bit more wind still very nice. Let's continue our walk around here.
Where are you from?
Hola, buenos días. Soy de aquí, soy de aquí.
¿Acá vive?
Sí, 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 sí. No, muchas gracias, muchas gracias. You know, anyways, you always gotta, let's see, I'm already used to it because I've been here so long, you know, when people talk to you, especially out here in Centro, you know, they're just trying to sell you something, you know. I don't want a hat, man. I got my own hat. In fact, let me put on my hat because it's hot, you know, so there you go, mucho better. Anyways, here, let's get back to the other side of the street. So you guys can see a little bit more of what's actually here. Let's just cross over here. All right, let's keep going here. So yeah, so they party really hard, you know. That's what I love, you know. They're really celebrating their independence. They're really celebrating, you know, their love for Mexico, their freedom, their liberty, all this other stuff. Great ice cream out here. Is it this place or the other place? I don't know. Whatever. I think it was this place. They just changed it up a little bit. No, muchas gracias. See, look, everybody just thinks I'm a tourist, but I'm walking around with a camera. Hey, hola, how's it going? Nice. All right. All right. I'm from here. Leones. Dale. Okay. So I gotta show my Leones that this is the local baseball team. It's like, where do you think I'm from, bro? You know, it's like, I'm from here. So anyways, all right. So we got, you know, we got all kinds of tours, you know, all kinds of restaurants, ice cream, you know, more shops, Dairy Queen. You got the pharmacy, so on and so forth. You know, going down that way, you're going a lot closer to it, Centro, the real center. This is where the locals, you know, if you keep going down that street, that's where all the locals hang out. You know, for the most part, this is more of the touristy area. Even though here in the Central Park, everybody hangs out. You know, basically, this is all the parks out here have like free Wi-Fi. Here, let's get on this other side here. All the parks out here have like free Wi-Fi. Again, we got the sweet breads, we got the ice creams, and all this. You know, there used to be more vendors out here, but like I think they're closing it, you know, more to like the historical stuff. More of the touristy stuff. But anyways, you know, all the parks have free Wi-Fi. They also have free shade. Also, all the buses, you know, tend to kind of come through here. You know, you can pick up your Uber here, pick up your ride here. All kinds of people are always getting rides here. You got the bikes. You can rent a bike if you want, and ride around like I do on my bike. Which, by the way, there's a reason I'm not on my bike today. It's simply because, you know, my bike is in the shop getting its the brakes fixed because I've been using it too much. So, all right, let's get into the shade here and let's keep walking through here. So, but yeah, so they party really hard. So, like, again, on Monday, you know, everybody just started to get, you know, drunk. You know, by the time 5:30, you know, rolled around, and then everybody went on ahead and just kept drinking all the way to the end of the night. And then at 12 o'clock midnight, over there at the presidential palace where we started the show, right there on the balcony, the governor of the state comes out. Again, every single state has their own governor come out at their own presidential palace, at their own capital, and they go on ahead and they do el grito. And basically it's you know, they say a few words, they say a few things. Okay, so I've come in here before multiple times as well. Shot some videos here. We got ATMs everywhere. All kinds of ATMs. You know, look at this. No, that's a museo. Okay, so there's a museum here. So as you guys can see, you know, you can come in here, and I don't know if you got to pay or not. Probably. Seems like it's, but yeah, like again, a lot of things have changed over the years. But again, there's a museum here. You can come check it out in case you're interested or not. But as I was saying, yeah, so everybody just parties really hard. And so obviously, you know, once midnight rolls around, that's not the end of the party at all. You know, the party's just getting started. And so everyone's drinking, partying, and just going hog wild, you know, all the way up until the next day. And so the next day would be today when you're watching this video, which would be the 16th. And the 16th is like a national holiday where everyone is just basically recovering, you know, from their drunken stupor from the celebrations of the day before. So that's another beautiful thing out here, is the fact that it's a national holiday. You know, I wish the USA would do something similar like that, where they would celebrate and then give you kind of like the next day off so you can recover from the celebration. And so that's what they do here. Basically, like I said, you know, the 15th is when they celebrate, and then on the 16th is just like a national holiday where everything is closed for the most part, and everyone's at home, everyone's just chilling, eating leftovers, and all that good stuff, and just enjoying, you know, the day off. All right, so let's go. So again, this building again got renovated very recently, very nice. So, but yeah, so anyway, so that's basically how it works out here. You know, everyone just, look at this guy, what's he carrying? All kinds of fruits and vegetables. That guy's either going to market or leaving the market. Look at that. You got plantains, you got lettuces, you got tomatoes, you got all kinds of things. Very nice. All right, so let's keep walking through here. So yeah, I mean, that's basically how it works out here. So, you know, today I'm actually at home, just relaxing, just chilling, not doing anything. It's a holiday. You guys are watching this video, so you guys are also celebrating with me, with us, celebrating freedom, celebrating liberty out here, celebrating Mexico, celebrating all the beautiful awesomeness that is living out here. Here, let's get on the other side real quick. Seems like they turned this into another museum, apparently. Not sure if I can come in or not. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, very nice. Very nice, very quiet up in here. I guess there's another... Hola, ¿esto es un museo aquí?
Sí, un museo.
Un museo. Oh, muchas gracias. There's a museum, and I guess there's more museum stuff here. Very nice. All right, cool. Muchas gracias. Very nice. So yeah, they're setting up right now for the big festivities. So basically on the 15th, this whole plaza, this whole area, basically where I'm standing, over there, everywhere, it's, you know, basically shoulder to shoulder. You know, there's just tons and tons of people out here, all celebrating, all waiting, you know, for the governor to come out and do el grito. And again, in Mexico City, you know, the president does el grito because the president is the main one to do it. Here, let's go down. Can we go down this way or no? Well, there's nothing to see back there, but they say, you know, they're putting this little roof up here. But yeah, back there they usually have, you know, like a bunch of like sculptures and art stuff, and usually, you know, probably what they're setting up is, again, because I'm filming this a few days before, right? Obviously, you know, I'm not filming this a day of. So, you know, they're setting up here for the festivities, you know, for everything going to happen this weekend, and everything that's going to happen, because again, the celebration is on a Sunday here. Sorry, the celebration is on a Monday, and the day off, which is the 16th, is when you're watching this, is on a Tuesday. So you know how they do out here. They're going to be celebrating throughout the whole weekend. So that's what they're getting ready for. As you guys can see, you know, they're setting up all over the place. They're bringing out the chairs, they're bringing out the canopies. You know, they're putting up the lights. They're doing all kinds of awesome things. You know, just getting ready for the fun festivities right around the corner. But yeah, so all over Mexico, they celebrate basically the same way. Obviously it's a little different no matter where you are, you know, obviously depending on the part of Mexico you're in, depending on the kind of food that they're going to be serving, and so on and so forth. Again, you see they're getting ready to rafters so people can sit. They're going to be shows going on, all kinds of events, all kinds of awesome fun stuff, you know, happening. So let's let's go through this way here. You guys can see there. So yeah, it's just amazing. You know, I just love it out here. You know, it's just, I just wanted to come out here today to show you guys, you know, what it looks like for the festivities, what a walk around the center looks like. Because I know a lot of you guys have seen it. Some of you guys have not seen it, especially since they renovated this whole area. Not only did they renovate a lot of the buildings that I was just showing you right now, but they also renovated the park. I remember when they originally renovated the park, I want to say over a year and a half ago, a lot of people were really upset because, you know, they had to, you know, cut down some trees. You know, they had to, you know, fix up a lot of the things, you know, add seats, you know, add, you know, more handicap access, as you guys can see there, all kinds of stuff. Here, let's go up the handicap access. You know, I'm pretty handicapped myself, right? So anyways, so you guys can see there. It's just very, very nice, and it's tranquil. Again, you see all kinds of people sitting here. See, look, that person right there is talking on the phone, charging her phone. They got all kinds of chargers, you know, not just for you guys out there or whoever, you know, is out here in the park, the locals that are here at the park, but eventually the vendors, once they get out here, you know, the vendors, you know, there's a reason, there's a way. This is the way that they get their electricity. You know, they just plug in to the grid out here, and they're able to get electricity. As soon as I started talking about electricity, of course, the battery dies. Again, it's so hot and humid out here. Not as hot and humid as it normally is, but it's pretty hot and humid. Killed the battery. I literally burned my finger taking the battery out. But anyways, as I was saying, you know, this is a place where everybody gathers. It doesn't matter who you are. You know, obviously tourists, you know, obviously visitors, you know, they come out and they hang out here, get some shade, you know, hang out under, you know, these trees, you know, the chairs and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, as I was saying, I remember when they first renovated the park that a lot of people were angry because they had to basically trim off all the trees, and it was during the dry season, and there was basically no trees, no nothing around here, and a lot of people were very upset, you know, over that. But again, it just took 1 year of rain, because that's what we've had, you know, just 1 year. It's been a pretty rainy season, and look at how amazing and how beautiful, you know, the park looks now. So again, this is a part of like living out here in the jungle, living out here in this kind of weather. It doesn't take long, you know, even though they might cut down trees and they might cut down a bunch of fauna, you know, just simply, you know, to do construction or do some fixing or do whatever. Again, it doesn't take that much long, you know, for all the rain, you know, to basically bring it all back to life very quickly. Look at that. Very, very nice. But again, the construction keeps going on. As you guys can see, all the construction going on over there. You know, you see the clock tower, you see all kinds of stuff in the background. You know, it's just constantly growing, constantly changing, constantly getting better. For everyone. Again, whether you're just visiting or you're thinking about moving out here, or you know, you already live here, you know, it's amazing. It's awesome. I love it out here. I'm so happy. And again, so today, not only am I celebrating, you know, so not only do I celebrate Mexican Independence Day, which is, again, Mexico's birthday, I'm also celebrating my birthday. My birthday is just a couple days away. You guys are probably already aware, and you guys are probably going to hang out with me on my birthday during the live stream, like we do every single Thursday on the channel, and just talk, all right, and just answer your questions and have some fun and all that good stuff. So again, you guys already know how I do in a lot of these videos, where I'm just, you know, rambling about, you know, we're just walking about, you know, different parts of the city. And in today's video, I decided to just take a walk around the center, you know, this area that I'm usually walking through or walking by, but I'm never really giving you a full, complete tour. And it's simply because, well, you know, I've done it before in the past many times, and it's just kind of touristy. Usually, you know, if you're coming out here to visit or you're out here for the first time, is you know, one of the first spots that you're gonna be looking around and hanging around and all that good stuff. So, you know, with all that said, guys, I think we're gonna wrap this bad boy up. You know, we've been already, you know, walking and talking, you know, for a little while today, and it's starting to, you know, what is it? I need to get a break. All right. So here, let's just take one last little look here. Let's see if we can get our picture taken. Take my own picture, right? Yeah, very, very nice. I love it out here. So, very, very nice. No, te preocupes. No, sin problema ninguno. Anyways, she thought she was getting in my picture. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry. I'm the one's always in everyone's way here. But anyways, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's walk. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's little conversation, which, again, I don't even know what takes place until I start editing these videos, and I'm like, oh, I guess what I was saying is coherent and did make some sense, and it actually did make it for a pretty good video. So because a lot of times I'm just walking out here while my brain is getting fried and I don't even know what I'm saying half the time. So again, at least I can provide some visuals so you guys can enjoy what you're looking at, so you don't have to be looking at my face or listening to me if you don't want to. But anyways, guys, all right, so it's time for me to get ready to celebrate as well. I gotta head home. I gotta edit this video. I gotta get ready for the weekend, get ready for the party. We got like a giant Canelo fight. You know, he's a boxing champion out here, for those of you guys that don't know about boxing. So there's gonna be, you know, all kinds of festivities and all kinds of celebrations going on this weekend. And well, you already know I'm going to be celebrating as well, and I hope you guys celebrated. Hope you guys did, you know, get to celebrate. And if you don't, well, there's always next year, so don't worry about that. So you already know the deal, guys. If you like this kind of content, you like these kind of videos, don't forget to please like, please subscribe, please share, please hit the bell icon, but more importantly than anything else, please continue to stay awesome. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.